for you.
So let's move on to the formal part of this evening.
So, this evening we have Mr. T.K. Arunachalam, who is the Regional Director for South Asia, Cambridge University and Press. He has also worked with the British High Commission and as an advisor for education and at the British Council, India. We are truly honored to welcome you, sir.
We now request the gathering to rise for the prayer song. Auspicious beginning to any event.
Well, it is also to mark the dispelling of darkness and letting your inner light shine.
Oh wow! Do you suggest we begin the event by lighting the lamp?
Sure, why not?
I request the chief guest and other dignitaries to light the Kuthuvelku on the stage.
सुन्दरमोहनरूपं वन्दित मुनिजनानन्दं सुन्दरमोहनरूपं वन्दित मुनिजनानन्दं सन्ततं वल्लीकान्तं चिन्तये गुरुवरं स्कन्दं सन्ततं वल्लीकान्तं चिन्तये गुरुवरं स्कन्दम्
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. We would now like to present our dignitaries with a memento as a token of our appreciation. Neeraj P. Shinoj from grade 1 will be giving a memento and a plant to our chief guest.
You don't stand behind the podium because I'm a little vertically challenged, so I shall stand here and talk. Good evening, everybody. It's indeed an exciting evening to see all of you here, and your presence here is so wonderful because it reassures that what we're doing is right. Dignitaries on the dais, our trust members, management, our beloved chairman who would be joining us shortly, who has been a pillar of strength to us and whose life has taught me what education truly means. My parents, who are our partners in education, who have stood by us, my teachers, facilitators, without whom all of this wouldn't be possible, who makes our ideas take action. My coordinators who just believe in my vision and who have gone forth and made everything happen. Our admin, who's the backbone of this organization, they're so resilient, they work till 10 o'clock in the night. My lovely, lovely, lovely children. I would like to welcome all of you. As they say, this is one of my favorite quotes. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. So I take greatest pleasure in extending the warmest welcome to all of you, and in sharing this wonderful joy that we are about to see, the spectacle on the stage, which is our children. A very warm welcome to Mr. T.K. Arunachalam, the chief guest of this evening, who's the Regional Director, South Asia, Cambridge University Press and Association. I take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest of this evening. In his current role, Mr. Arunachalam leads on the digital transformation, climate education, and English for the combined Cambridge University Press and assessment in South Asia. He's exploring opportunities to build enduring partnerships between Cambridge and institutions in South Asia. Mr. Arunachalam led the South Asia Office of Cambridge Assessment English, which he was instrumental in setting up in 2005. He has a he's a Master of Arts from University of Cambridge, an alumnus of Indian Institute of Management, Kolkata IIMC, and Loyola College, Chennai. He has worked with the British High Commission, India, as an advisor for education, as well as with British Council, India. An avid marathoner, cyclist, he recently completed the Chennai Marathon in 2021, as well as BRM 200 kilometers, 300 kilometers in December 2021. It is indeed my pleasure to extend a warmest welcome to you, sir. And thank you very much for accepting to be here, even after we rescheduled. The support really means a lot. Thank you. Seeing this packed hall, I am really grateful for how many minds have come together so cohesively to fulfill a collective vision. This takes me back to when we started the school 9 years back. My first 5 parents, and then became 10. Parents have always been a great support. We've worked very closely with parents. I remember when they used to take me to meetings and, leave little Jessica at home and take me to late evening meetings to market the school, trying to teach me how to do a lot of things, because they just believed in whatever we did. I'm truly grateful because this vision has brought all of us together. A vision without action is just a dream. Action without vision just passes time. And vision and action, when they meet each other, you can change the world. Our vision is to be a thinking school, easier said than done, because it involves having clarity of purpose, perseverance, resilience, having the right resources, research, and most importantly, a group of people who trust you. We've been very fortunate that way. So parents, thank you very much. I take this opportunity to say how grateful I am to have been working with you. To my teachers, my coordinators, who have just stood strong like pillars. I'm sure we've had all of these trainings and all of that, but beyond that, there was certain conviction which made them stand by me and which made my dream a reality, my vision a reality. For many people, this vision has been many things. The vision of being a thinking school has been many things. But for me, it has been the most important because it has given me people and purpose to my life. Saying that, I would like to talk about SSFI and the people in it, the little people in it, the children. The children are at the core of everything we do at SSFI, and you know about it. At the core of it all, we aim to provide an eclectic environment where they can thrive and realize their fullest human potential. We rejoice in celebrating every achievement. We would like to extend a very warm welcome to our chairman, who's here with us today. With that, I would like to once again extend the warmest welcome to all of you and especially thank our chief guest for gracing this occasion by his presence. Thank you once again and have a joyful evening. Thank you.
I would like to request the dignitaries to just please rise for a second so we can rearrange the chairs and you can watch the annual report on the LED screen.
In the words of Aristotle, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act but a habit. Distinguished Chief Guest, Mr. T.K. Arunachalam, Chairman, dearest Auntie, Director, Mrs. Aparna Barni Pillai, Sir, special guests, parents, teachers, and my dear students, a very good evening to all. The SSFI journey of 9 years has been nothing short of an adventure. We are proud of our young, vibrant institution, the progress we have made, and the achievements along the way. Most of all, we are proud of the impact we leave on young hearts and minds, who tomorrow will make the world a better place. Our happiness grew in bounds when we moved into a bigger space to accommodate the additional strength. The Annanagar campus is a stepping stone that furthered our growth as an institution. It's with immense pleasure that I present the 9th Pre-Primary Annual Report of the SunSmart Foundation International School. We began this year with the orientation program, creating awareness on our safety measures as a result of the pandemic. We had transparent conversations with our approach to the academics as well-being of the child, followed by a queries resolving session by our director. On 25th June, we received the tiny learners with a warm welcome to our SSFI world of happy learning. Classroom activities go beyond textbooks. Children are part of hands-on activities that enhance their skills. Activities like storytelling, role play, narration, show and tell are included during these sessions. Art integration is another aspect that is given importance and included in our teaching learning strategy. Fun Friday is another planned day for our learners on campus, where they are part of fun hands-on activities, stories, and puppet shows. The Curious Curriculum program has encouraged and enabled our learners to be more confident, which is evident in their participation in the Big Dream Learning and Explorers projects. Big Dream Learning is a STEAM-based learning where our learners explore the field of toy making using different materials. Explorers is a science-based program where skill development is at its core. Organic gardening is another interesting and exciting addition to the essence of SSFI as part of the Curious Curriculum introduced. The learners got to try their hands in different plant types and their habitat and more. Aristotle rightly said that educating the minds without educating the heart is no education at all. With the aim of developing the children holistically, we focus on value-based education to inculcate kindness, acceptance, empathy, and many more qualities. As we always say, parents are one of the pillars of the school or stakeholders. Apart from the monthly PTMs, term PTMs are also held to discuss the overall development of the child. We meet the parent buddies who act as a bridge between the school and the parents on a monthly basis. In the month of August, we celebrated Krishna Jayanti and Vinayaka Chaturthi, where our tiny tots dressed up in traditional clothes and explored their creativity in clay modeling. In the month of October, Diwali was welcomed with great happiness, where young ones made origami diyas. Students were excited to be part of storytelling sessions, which were also open to the public. For Christmas, children came dressed in Christmas colors and explored their talent in art. Christmas Carnival was conducted where children were excited to be part of dance, fun games, and baking. Pongal was celebrated with great excitement. Children were part of coloring rangolis in groups. Our parents came forward to contribute to this occasion by stepping into classrooms and doing fireless cooking, and also conducted games for our learners. Independence Day, Republic Day, Teachers' Day, and Children's Day were not just celebrations, but the awareness was created through short stories and creative activities. Chocolates are something which all kids love, And yes, we did have a great celebration on World Chocolate Day, 7th July. The learners used their tiny hands to prepare delicious chocolate cakes with the guidance of our teachers. SSFI hosted an event for children of the neighboring communities, the petting zoo. Children and their parents had an opportunity to explore and unwind with pets. On the same day, we did have an expo for the Curious Curriculum projects done and presented by our young curious minds. This was open to the public too. On 30th August, we hoisted the Velankani Festival flag, which continued for 9 days with a grand feast day on September 8, 2022. The Nutrition Week was celebrated between the 1st to the 7th of September. The theme for this year was Celebrate a World of Flavors. The students were given a food log to maintain for the week. World Postal Day was celebrated on 10th October, bringing awareness of the importance and the uses of Indian Postal Service. Learners wrote cute cards for their friends and family and dropped them in a post box. Students were encouraged to bring a potluck on World Food Day, which was celebrated on 17th October. They got to enjoy a variety of food prepared by the classmates' families. It also taught them about the importance of sharing. Not to miss the Halloween Day, where our young ones were excited to dress up in different costumes, the excitement went up a notch as they twinned with their fellow classmates as well. SSFI Sports Meet was held on 13th of August 2022. It was a display of sportsmanship and achievement by our little wonders. The March Past and the Torch One were a delight to watch. The event was graced by Dr. Kumareshan Pandian, national level swimmer who is a promising young achiever and a doctor by profession. Coffee morning is one of our best practices where our parents join us for coffee sessions and to see their little ones showcase their knowledge and talents at the end of each term. This year, we facilitated 2 such sessions, one on 20th August and the other on 5th November. This was a moment of pride and happiness for our parents and facilitators. Apart from academics, extracurricular activities like music and dance are another area of interest for our learners. The Send-Off Assembly is another platform we provide for our learners to exhibit their talent in music, dance, and so on. I would like to end my report with a quote by Margaret Mead. Children must be taught how to think and not what to think. Thank you.
I'm pleased to present the 9th annual report of the primary and the lower secondary grades of the SunSmart Foundation International School. As my colleague, Ms. Anuradha Navneet, has already thrown light into the events, which were almost similar to the primary and the LS team, if not entirely, I request you all to watch the events of primary and the lower secondary now. vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others, says Jonathan Swift. That's precisely the case with SSFI. Our vision of becoming a thinking school was pioneered by our director, Mrs. ABP. Learners are at the center of everything we do at SSFI. This has been our mantra and the culture. We continue to train our teacher community to imbibe the same. Before I move into this academic year's report, I would like to highlight what happened during the 2.5 years when schools moved virtually. We celebrated events, festivals, sports day, end-of-term days, virtual art exhibition, a virtual annual day with a fantastic play planned, scripted, and enacted, all of that by my learners, and more online. It will not be an exaggeration to say that the team SSFI made the best possible use of the online medium through all platforms. We tried every new app that was available, and our learners gained astonishing digital skills at a very young age. Our learners read 7,000 books in total in the last year alone. One important takeaway from the pandemic was that we could implement all our teaching practices and strategies in any learning medium with coherent planning. Once we returned to the offline school in phases, we flourished into a bigger school. We acquired a space in Shenoy Nagar this year to house our increasing set of learners in each grade. We now have a robust lower secondary and primary team. We have separate labs for each science stream, an ever-growing library, collaborative learning areas for our curious learners, and more. We have associated with a new playground facility called FC Marina to encourage physical health and well-being. Our transport facilities have been catered to a wider population now. Art and design, PE, music, dance are equally significant at SSFI as much as other subjects. Our HR sessions, book clubs, journalism club, and more are interdisciplinary with our academics. EdTech is here to stay, and I'm proud to say that SSFI started a pilot online school this year, and we have few of our learners across seas and continents. We will be opening a full-fledged online school in the next academic year. As we always review our academic curriculum each year, our curriculum committee has added a few additional strands to the existing curriculum to bridge the learning gap between the online learning and the current one. A transdisciplinary approach towards academics has been fruitful, and we aim to continue doing the same with the curious curriculum too. Children are born with all the curiosity they will ever need. It will last a lifetime if they are fed upon a daily diet of ideas. By Charlotte Mason. A curious curriculum is well known and well received by our learners. Each year, we continue to add a new program to the existing curriculum. Last year, we introduced Makerspace, a combination of theoretical and functional knowledge of science. And this year, we brought in World of Work, a foundational experience into different professions and lines of work. From designing a robot to making miniature models, creating musical instruments, roller coasters, and more. From the masks they made last year for the design thinking, to the different prototypes of masks they made in the makerspace, to the profit they made by selling them all in the young entrepreneurship, my beloved learners have come a long way. This year, they designed buildings, dams, and bridges as civil engineers, learned our constitution and discussed case studies as lawyers and advocates, made a monetary profit as budding entrepreneurs, set up small organic gardens, and are currently working on a low-cost computer as young scientists. Learners of SSFI continue to live the dream of becoming a thinking school. It's not our job to toughen our children up to face a cruel and heartless world. It's our job to raise children who will make the world a little less cruel and less heartless. L.R. Nost. SSFI believes this idea and has a vigorous counseling program in place. We support our learners' mental health with utmost importance. To further strengthen the vision, we have events like Coffee Morning in each term, and curious curriculum exhibitions at all levels for our learners to exhibit their learning and skills. It also provides an opportunity for parents to witness their children expanding their wings. On the Cambridge International front, our learners have appeared for their primary checkpoint exams in this October series, and they have come out with flying colors. Ethan Miracle Mark and Shivatmika Om Prakash have scored 5 out of 6 in primary English against the international average of 4.1. Shanaz Begum has scored 4.9 out of 6 in biology against the international average of 3.9. Alongside this, we have also initiated our upper secondary license of CAIE. The SSFI school takes pride in being one of the very few schools in the city which provides year-round professional development programs for our teachers. We have a dedicated curriculum designed for the teachers by our expert consultant, Ms. Kumud Kedea. She holds 25 years of teaching and management experience to give real-time training to our teachers in honing their pedagogical skills. From designing lesson plans to framing effective questions for the classroom to understanding various learning theories and more, Ms. Kumud has made the PDP sessions functional. Our teachers and coordinators also hold various Cambridge certificates for their subjects, specific ones like active learning strategies, metacognition, mentoring, and more, thanks to the vision of our director of becoming a holistic thinking school. We also have conducted a few workshops for our teachers and periodic HR sessions to address their concerns, if any, and more. I take this moment to thank my team of teachers and assistant teachers for working on this vision of ours. When parents or guardians and teachers work together well, everyone wins. Julia Thompson. This brings my attention to our partners in education, our stakeholders, as our director calls them fondly, the parents community. We have had continuous support from our parent buddies in addressing all queries of our extended parent communities. From the time we began SSFI to our challenging virtual learning periods till the present, our SSFI parents have extended their support in every way possible. I would especially acknowledge the wonderful ideas brought to us by Mrs. Subhapriya Mark, Dr. Karthika Kalimuthu, Mrs. Reba Janita, and Mrs. Aruna Krishnamurthy for the betterment of our school community. The SSFI school has been conducting workshops for our parents as well, both online and offline. Our recent purposeful parenting workshop stands testimony to the same. As I near the end of the report, I would like to add a word of appreciation to all our learners. They tread on uncharted waters when they came back from the pandemic, when everything was the same, yet different. On the last note, I would say indeed, the baby steps of SSFI have progressed into our adolescent years now. We look forward to years and years of continued progress and are eternally grateful for our journey here. Thank you.
My sincere apology for sitting and talking. My knee give me trouble, so I'm not able to stand up and talk to you. It's been great honor to address all of you. Dear Mr. Arunachalam, Madam Aparna Bharani Pillai, Dr. Bharani, staff, principals, my lovely children, most honorable parents. Good evening to you all. How many of you would like to, I think I would like to have the light on the other side also. So I see when they get bored, I will know about it. Can somebody switch on the light for the seats, please? அவங்க ஏன் இருட்டில் இருக்கணும், பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் கூட கிடையாது. ஓ, லவ்லி டு see you. Hi. So nice. What a beautiful face, smiling. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a long journey for me, almost entering into 6th decade in field of education. By 2024, we would have finished 60 years in course of education. Shine Vilangani Senior Secondary School and the group of schools. This another step we took 9 years back, Sun Smart Foundation, solely and fully done by Mrs. Aparna Bharani Pillai. Meanwhile, I would like to have a word about Mr. Arunachalam, my beloved friend. We know him, I in fact personally know him since 2018. He may be some educator, some big person in Cambridge, but then a great human being. Somebody who look beyond rules and regulation. 2004, I had a problem. We were a group of people going to UK for a event, and some of them didn't get visa. Mr. Arunachalam was there in the British High Commission. We went and told him, he never bypassed any law, but then advised us, helped us to get through. If that has not happened, lot of things would have fallen down. One of the plans would have gone to nowhere. Thank you very much for being there then and now. I just called him on the phone and told him, Arun, will you please come for a function in Sunsmart? Okay, auntie, I'll do that. It is indeed honor to have him here in the school, and you will be listening to his speech. That will be very exciting, very knowledgeable, right? பயப்படாதீங்க, நான் கொஞ்சமாக பேசுவேன், அவர் கொஞ்சமாக பேசுவார், அப்புறம் நீங்கள் பசங்களை ஆடுறதை பார்க்கலாம். ஆல் ரைட்? இட் மஸ்ட் பி, யூ மஸ்ட் பி ஃபீலிங் போர்ட். பார்த்தீங்களா, கை தட்டுறீங்க போதும்னு. Nice. So I was talking about my journey. 1964, the parents' attitude I wanted to talk. They were all excited because private school first time in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai. Padma Seshadri, myself, St. John's, we are all the people who started a CBSE school. So they all came with almost eyes popping out. What is this kind of school? They put the children. The first year itself, we had 500 admission in 1964 for LKG to 5th standard. You know, myself, my ailing father, my mother, we had only one person to help us. My duty is immediately my mother took me out from Duftin Quarry, put me in a next government school next to my house. Early morning I get up, I sweep all classroom, arrange all bench and have my breakfast, go to school where I had to attend. My mother used to be one teacher. We had 5 other teachers. We used to run the school. That was the first phase. Parents used to come. They used to be very nice. All the top Telugu actors' children were studying there at that time. At that time only, Punit Rajkumar, another child, his brother, both of them were studying. Like that, so many children studied, and they all came afterwards to see the school once and again. The next, those parents, that is that kind of parent. Between 80 and 81, so much of we shifted the school to another building also. The parents had so much of confidence, they will come and say, throw bag, throw shoes, and the child comes at the back. முதல்ல பை வரும், அப்புறம் லஞ்ச் பேக் வரும், ஷூஸ் வரும். ஆண்டி இவன் சொன்ன பேச்சே கேட்கல, இவனை கொஞ்சம் மாட்டி சாதம் ஊட்டி விட்டு நீங்கள் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. That kind of ideas. Does anybody doesn't understand Tamil? All of you understand Tamil? Okay? All right? So, that is the thing. The next batch, 90s. 90s parents were different. They got very close to us. The children used to come. We used to beat the children. If they make a mistake, kombu sariya vechu adi. Then I will sit in the chair with a bottle of oil, scissors, and a comb. And then those who have a long hair, I'll do my style of hairstyling. Kachi, chakki, 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 haircut. And then oil, apply them, send them home. When I send them home, the mother will say, Nalla veno, auntie sariya panna. Do it. That's the kind of parents I had. There's so much of confidence. And then they go to office, give a call to school, and say, tell auntie to give lunch for my child. Son, he didn't have it. Then sometimes they say, tell auntie to keep the child in the house, because my house is opposite to school. In the house, I'm coming late. If possible, ask her to give dinner. I'll do everything, because the relationship was so much heartwarming for me and my mother. We both will do. So slowly it became a high school, and 90s kids were, and then 80s kids, they were wonderful. 90s kids, they were wonderful. The parents, that time it is different. Parents themselves bring the children and hand over. Even I kanna vittittu odambu fulla adichirunga. That is the way they used to tell. Kanna maatram vittudunga auntie, odambu fulla adichirunga. Ivan vandu Ranganatha street la இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணா ஒரு கடையில இருந்து சாமான் எடுத்து வந்துட்டான். Police stationல போய் நின்ன auntie. Then I used to scold him and talk to him. Nalla adichiruven. Nalla. My famous is like that. I clap both my hands on both the cheeks. Nobody questioned me. Trust. The trust they had. தப்பு பண்ண மாட்டேனா அப்படின்னு மேல ஒரு நம்பிக்கை. Then 21st century children, they have slightly become modernized. Computer, mobile, everything comes on this, and then they are slightly indifferent. Then after 10 years, it's still more distant, and after some time, they are nowhere near me. And after pandemic, things are so different. You feel so insecure. Pandemic has brought our life a porati potachu. We are not like before. We are scared of anything and everything. We are scared of school. Will the school treat my child well? Is it okay? Is the teacher okay? Is the school okay? Is this okay? Is that okay? At the same time, We don't mind doing lot of other thing which is unnecessary. Most of the time, most of the parents are in social media. Not parents, everybody is in social media. You start commenting, you start criticizing. What is there in life to criticize? I always think, I told you, I had a knee problem yesterday, I couldn't walk. I was just worried, I must be here. So I spoke to my niece, I said, இவ்வளோ நாள் என் கூட இருந்தல்ல, கொஞ்ச நாள் நல்லா நடவேன், கொஞ்ச நாள் நாளுக்கு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான நாள். To myself, I speak only in Tamil. I don't speak in English because myself, I understand Tamil better than English. So I told, கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இரேன், நாளைக்கு ஒரு நாள். I had to attend farewell in main school, talk to the 12 students, and then I want to come here, meet you all. Then I said, please, do it for me. You won't believe it. I'm able to walk from afternoon 12 o'clock. I walked, I came all the way. I don't want anybody to catch me, show me I am a lame person. I am never a lame person. Mentally, physically, morally, I don't want to be a lame person. That is the life I do. I don't say our school is the perfect, but whatever we do good. Not because Aparna Barni is my daughter. She never comes home. I'm so angry at times with her. One day she had a parents' meeting. I had to go and get a child from 4 o'clock from the bus stop, because if you don't get her from 4 o'clock, the child comes on the bus stop. She never came. Then I dropped the child. I went and fought with her, and the parents, I told them, complained to them, பாருங்க குழந்தையை விட்டுட்டு இங்க உங்களோட உட்கார்ந்திருக்கா. That is the kind of dedication she has for the school. I really appreciate. We were also dedicated. Life is full of appreciation. It has to be. It cannot be just, நான் சம்பளம் கொடுக்கிறேன், நீ ஏன் சொல்லி கொடுக்கல. That is not the attitude. For your money's worth, whether you get it, that's very important. But money is not everything, isn't it? Money is not everything. It's something beyond it. This work, we love to do it. She loves to do it. We have a passion for this. Each and every child, even their pranks, I appreciate. The most difficult child is my best child. The most indisciplined child, I love them to bits because they need me. That's the way it has to be. As for you, personally, I tell you, appreciate. காலையில் எழுந்துக்கிறீங்களா, அவசரமாக ஓடக்கூடாது, உட்காருங்க. Sit for 3 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I say, today is a beautiful day. My husband is good. My child is good. My in-law is good. Everybody is good around me. I get an aura. யாரா சிரிக்கிறீங்களா, husband is good, wife is goodனா, மாமியார் குட்னா? Yes. You have to think the positively morning. காலையில் எழுந்தோன்னா ஒரு positive, beautiful thinking you must have. And then enjoy the morning when you make your coffee or your tea, smell the tea. The smell of the aura of the tea, the smell of the tea is beautiful, right? Then when you have a bath, அவசரமாக குடிச்சிட்டு போனோம் சமையல் அப்படிலாம். Prepare yourself the previous day. Arrange everything done in a perfect timing. At the same time, you don't exert yourself. If you're office going person, as you go, listen to a beautiful music. Look at the people around you. The people around you are very, very entertaining. They do so many silly things, you can enjoy yourself. Read a good book. Please read a good book. I've read Ikigai. If you can, please read Ikigai. If you read Ikigai, you will know what I'm talking is from there. Those who are doing business, don't, and the business, boss செருப்போட கைட்டி வச்சிருங்க. உள்ள வந்தப்புறம் your wife, your child, your mother, everybody is more important than your business. Please allow your children to be with the grandparents because they are the most experienced teacher than any of the teachers trained here. Allow them to be with your grandparent. Let them give them lot of inputs to your children. அவங்களுடைய பேச்சு, and the aura from them, the love from them, all the excitement they have at looking at the child will never come. லட்சம் கோடி கொடுத்தா கூட வராத டீச்சர் அம்மா அப்பா, உங்கள் அம்மா அப்பா கிட்டேருந்து, பாட்டி தாத்தா கிட்டேருந்து வரும். You both learn to excuse one another. ஒருத்தர் சத்தம் போட்டால் இன்னொருத்தர் வாயை முடிக்குங்க. There is no point in proving you are right because at the end of the day, one of them is right, one of them is wrong. So don't try to prove yourself. You don't have to prove to anybody you are right. You prove yourself you are right. It's very important. Another thing, don't allow anybody emotionally, physically, morally put you down. Never stand it. எவனாக இருந்தாலும் பரவாயில்லை. One day I told to the education minister, முடியுமா, one fellow came and shouted at my principal, so I slapped him. He's an MLA, Thuthukudi MLA, he was there. Then the minister, education minister, was searching for me. And then somebody else was searching for me, calling me. And then at the end, Ammu, the then chief minister, she sent word through her PA. He called me. அம்மா சொன்னாங்க, யாரா பிரச்சனை பண்ணால் சொல்லி உங்களை அடிக்க வேண்டாம், ஏன்னா உங்கள் மூஞ்சில் ஆசிட் ஊட்டித்தேன். நான் சொன்னேன், போங்கடா ஆசிடும் இன்னொன்றும், I don't care. Never ever tolerate humility. People trying to put you down. Always live a beautiful life. Enjoy life. சந்தோஷமாக இருங்க. இந்த ஸ்கூல் நிறைய தப்பு பண்ணியிருக்கோம், ரைட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். தப்பை கொஞ்சமாக கண்டிங்க, ரைட்டை நிறையா பாராட்டுங்க. பிகாஸ் இட் வில் ஹெல்ப் அஸ் டு க்ரோ மோர் அண்ட் மோர். அண்ட் ரியலி தேங்க்யூ. ஐ திங்க் ஐ போர்ட் யூ இனஃப். உங்கள் மாமியாரை விட உங்கள் அப்பாவை விட நான் ஜாஸ்தி சொல்லிட்டேன். God bless you all. Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you for your thoughtful words, Auntie. We would like to honor Auntie with a memento and a plant. Surya from Prep 1 will be honoring Auntie with a memento and a plant. Thank you, Saraya. We definitely cannot start the rest of our events without a speech from our esteemed chief guest. I request our chief guest, Mr. T.K. Arunachalam, to address the gathering. Would you like a mic or is the podium?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The chairperson of SSFI, Mrs. Pillai, we always know she's a force of nature, okay? She just proved it. I've known her for the last 2 decades. There are educationists who give you words of advice and wisdom, and there are educationists who speak to you from their heart. You know what to hear from. So thank you very much. I think I was very keen to come just to listen to you, because every time she says something different, something new, but the theme is always the same. She always kind of talks about parenting. I think the underlying theme is all about, it's not just about the children, it's also about the parents. So I thought that I have met a force of nature in Mrs. Pillai for the last 2 decades. I was pleasantly surprised to actually have this conversation. For the last 1 hour I'm here. I've been having a wonderful conversation with Ms. Aparna Bharani Pillai. I think the journey of SSFI itself is almost like a movie script. It's kind of start with a great story, then the going gets tough, and as they say, the tough really get going. I've been tracking the school for some time. There are many others who could have kicked, as they say, the proverbial bucket. But there are people who really stay strong to prove a point, who stay strong with their conviction, with their ideas, and the curiosity curriculum. I think many more accolades is probably on the way to the curiosity curriculum. A big round of applause to the director of this institution. It's such a fabulous journey to kind of hear to say what a vision can do. Yes, there are limitations, infrastructure, it could be facilities, it could be teachers, it could be all of that. But all of that can be overcome single-handedly by the vision and the communication that the institution can have with the parents. And finally, I think I know I've been to many schools, I've been to many annual days. It's for parents, why do they've taken a break. I think it's not easy for parents to come here at 4:30, 5 p.m. Why have they come here? They want to see their little ones on stage. They want to see the picture of the little ones doing whatever little things that they do. But sometimes, not every school, there is an opportunity for the children. There are many parents who don't come because the child is not doing something on an annual day. I was thrilled to note that almost all the 150 children in this school have a role to play today. I think, again, a big round of applause for, it's easy to say we are an inclusive school, we do all of this, but it's very difficult to actually do it when it really matters. So these are things that I like to share with you. I like to bore you for another 3-4 minutes because, like Mrs. Pillai, there are these themes that we like to share with parents. From Cambridge, we have affiliated this school. We have affiliated many schools. But what we always feel is that each school is different. You cannot compare one school to another. Why? Because the vision of each school is very different. So let's kind of park that for a moment and let's talk to the parents here, because while the school's got a vision, actually I would like to congratulate the brave parents as well, because all of you have subscribed to this vision. The coffee mornings, I was just checking with Ms. Pillai, are they pleasant? She did tell me those are difficult ones, because very few schools allow parents to get in and actually get engaged. It's easy for schools to say not allow parents, because they do, I think parents kind of feel that, okay, let anything happen inside the school. But a school that opens itself for both criticism as well as for comments is a school that needs to be lauded. So it's not easy for any teacher when they're doing some work to allow a parent to come in to observe, share comments is not going to be easy. That's when I was kind of keen to, I was interested about the work that they do with the professional development. It's a teaching group that really matters. They've taken the vision of the director, doing it inside your classroom. And what is this? I think when I saw the annual report, I was only thinking of poor parents. Every day there is some celebration, there is some week, a chocolate day, there's something else, and there is some celebration. Many schools, it's the parents who do a lot of work. They have to make the cake, they have to get everything ready. It's not only about getting the children ready, they also have to get for this. But then what I saw was, when the children were doing it, the pride at which they demonstrated, and the parents, when I was looking at what you're all doing, and I think there is a lot of collaboration that is happening here. Some parents would think, oh, it's difficult to do, why are they asking to do? But there are many parents here. I would really like to kind of congratulate you, because you are partners in this journey. These days, those pictures may not look great if the parents have not contributed. So all of you are playing a very important role, because without your contribution, the school cannot do much. What I really see here in all the pictures that I've seen is that the parents really support what the school is doing. And the last theme that I'd like to kind of leave with you is that, what do parents want? I don't want to scare you by saying that some of you are businessmen, some of you are professionals, some of you are in finance, some of you are management. When Cambridge published a report, by 2030, almost 65% of the work that is happening now, today, now it's 2023, 65% of the current work that we know will not exist by 2030. The skills that we have today will not be relevant in 2030. So 2030, now we are in 2023, many of your kids will probably graduate in 30, 32, 33. Today, you may be putting your child in a school considering this is what I want my child to acquire, but take a pause. 2030, 2040, 2050, the kind of skills that your child might need. In fact, people can write reports saying that, oh, this will happen in the future, but nobody knows for certain what really will be required in the future. In fact, before coming here, I tried this. How many of you have tried something called as a chat GPT here? Can you please raise your hand? Okay, I can see 5 hands going up. How many of the children have tried chat GPT here? Can you please raise your hands? Across the board, there are a lot more children doing it. So if I just put SSFI, chief guest speech, these are all the things, it will give me what I need to speak for 10 minutes. So there is this lot of creative writing. In fact, we did from Cambridge, we did an event yesterday. We were working with the National Skill Development Corporation. I just put in a saying, get me a news release. It just gives it to me just like this. Normally, we hire an agency, we get someone to write all of that. Those skills are almost extinct. In fact, I even asked ChatGPT to say, I didn't like the title. Can you please change the title? It gives me 5 options. I just have to choose. So what we are talking about today is there are some skills which may be useful right now, but they not be relevant in the future. So to make your children future-proof or future-ready, the most important skill, I think you're seeing on both ends of the screen, you want your child to be a thinking child, a curious child, someone who wants to explore. They need to know the how of it and the why of it. That's most important. They just need not be told how to do it, just do it. No. I think the children should be questioning, why am I doing this? Should I be doing it in a different way? I think that's the generation of children that you have. When ma'am was saying that she would give a whack to the children, sorry, I have a bit of a bad throat. I could see many parents wish I could do that to my son. No way. We cannot try that. Why? Because the way the current generations, thank you very much, the way the current generation that we have kind of grown, the 2010 plus kids, I think their aspiration, their outlook of life is very different. Their motivation to do stuff is very different to what it was for us. So as parents and our children, there is a big gap. What motivated us in school is not going to motivate your child. And then as you see, there is a thinking there is happy here. I think this is what, I think none of the technology can provide you emotional support. So you want your child to be in a very secure emotional space as they grow up. You want your child to be a thinking child. All the knowledge that you want, how to code, how to make a presentation, how to do some calculation, all of this is all knowledge. It can be easily picked up. Every child will know that. Or they will know how to get it done. Earlier generation, at least us, we used to Google it. Maybe our future generation will chat GPT it. Maybe that's the difference. But they will know how to get knowledge. What is going to distinguish your child is the skill. What skills do they have? Because everyone has knowledge. You need to convert this knowledge into skill by practice, by application. So school becomes actually almost an experimental ground where the children try to practice their knowledge, convert it to a skill, and they take it home. They want to do the same thing at home. As parents, my only request is try and follow the ethos of that school. If the school wants you to do certain things, encourage the child to do it. It's going to be difficult. I know there are working parents. It's very difficult to kind of get the child to do it. But I think if the child practices that skill, or that knowledge, applies that and converts into a skill, that's what we want. Yes, there may be parents who would want their child to be an IITian, want to be a doctor and all of that. I think all of us now, this generation of parents, realize that at least slowly, it's not what I want, it's what the child wants to do. So the last thing I want to leave with you is a theory of multiple intelligence. Every child in this world is gifted, okay? I'm repeating this, every child is gifted. As parents, sometimes we don't know. I think there is a screen in front of us. We only see probably the negatives in our children. It's very difficult for us to see what the child demonstrates a lot more positively. And there are some skills which is not even discoverable inside a school. There may be kids who will pick up maybe in college, maybe pick up in life. Suddenly they pick up music much later. They could become great musicians. They could pick up, say, mathematical calculations much later. Maybe right now they're not doing it. Doesn't mean that the child does not have the intelligence to do it. So the only factor which I encourage more schools and parents to do right now is, instead of just focusing just on them learning a curriculum, I think it will be a lot more important if schools and parents can look at discovering that intelligence or that skill or that one thing that your child is fantastic at a very young age. It's important to kind of be an all-rounded personality. You need to be good at a lot of things. So school will take care of it. I think today I've seen probably one of the best comparing by young kids, so confident they were. The performances, I'm looking forward to the theater performance as well. So the school will make
have our yearbook release. I request Hayden to come give the yearbook. To Auntie, to the chief guest. Thank you, sir. We are truly proud of the eventful year we have had. It is my honor to request our chairman and beloved auntie to address the gathering.
Children lot more rounded, but still that one important skill that your child has, it's not easy. It's something that as parents you need to work very closely with the school to find out. There are tools available, not perfect, but you need to try. It's a lot of hard work being a parent. Gone are those days where you can call auntie and say, take care of my child. It's not possible right now. I think it's equal partnership. You will have to do a lot of work. The school will also have to do a lot of work. So I would like to wish SSFI, it's 9 years. I think it's fantastic 9 years. You all been fantastic parents to support a school 9 years. There is always growth pangs. The growth pangs are good to have. I was pleased to note that the school is looking at expanding the infrastructure. I think as parents, we also want all of that. We want the school to provide a lot to the child, and we are never happy with what we get, so we always keep complaining. So that's part of parenting. We want the school to do a lot more. But what's important is that the school is trying from Cambridge. That's what we see. We're looking at a school that's got a vision and purposely putting steps every year to kind of reach that stage of excellence. Nobody will reach complacence. Cambridge is more than 800 years old. Even today, we don't sit back and say, oh, we have achieved enough. No. What is next? What should we be doing next? I think that's what a school is looking at. And I'm sure as parents, you're very keen to look at what your child is going to perform. So I will not take much of your time. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much for inviting me to kind of have a conversation with you all. Best of luck to the SSFI, as well as to children who are in grade 8 now. I think they're going to step up. I think they're going to pave the way for the primary school kids to follow. So best wishes to all the parents and to all the children who are going to perform. The superstars are going to perform. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for your thought-provoking words, sir.
Shashrik Trived receives the Best Inquirer of the Year. Kaira Raghav receives Kaira Raghav receives the Best Risk Taker of the Year. Disha Krishnan receives the Best Balanced Student of the Year. Tushita Adhikari receives the Best Enthusiastic Student of the Year. Anjan Deepak receives the Best Caring Student of the Year. This is Anjan Deepak. The Best Responsible Student of the Year goes to P.S. Pranav Srimitran. Shravan S. receives the Versatile Student of the Year. Hemang Patti Rao receives the Best Caring Student of the Year. Mithun Om Prakash receives the Best Thinker of the Year. He is absent today. Mohammad Hamza Mohideen receives the Best Reflective Student of the Year. Nefel Varghese receives the Best Communicator Student of the Year. Adarsh Kritik receives the Best Reflective Student of the Year. Siddharth receives the Best Thinker of the Year. Moving on to Prep 1A. Haranya Prabhakaran receives the Best Reflective Student of the Year. Pratik Darsh receives the Best Communicator of the Year. Balanced Student of the Year award goes to Yuvan P. Observant Student of the Year goes to P. Siddharth. Caring Student of the Year goes to Angeline Rafeka. Derek Jonathan receives the Best Balanced Student of the Year. This is Angeline Rafeka receiving her Best Caring Student Award. Derek Jonathan receives the Best Balanced Student of the Year. Derek Jonathan. Darling, okay. Darling. Darlene Atara receives the Best Creative Student of the Year. Krithivni receives the Best Communicator Student of the Year. Adi Jayachandran receives the Best Thinker of the Year. Tanvi Jobesh receives the Best Responsible Student of the Year. Pragati receives the Best Reflective Student of the Year. Now it's time to move on to Prep 1B. Best Reflective Student of the Year. Hamoud Habib receives the Best Inquiry Student of the Year. Ardif Murari receives the Best Thinker of the Year. This is Mahendra Siddharth. Nakshat Harish receives the Best Creative Student of the Year. Nakshat Harish receives the Best Creative Student of the Year. S.A. Layatika receives the Enthusiastic Student of the Year. Divine Judah receives the Best Caring Student of the Year. Responsible Student of the Year goes to Sheikh Suraya Laraib. Punctual Student of the Year goes to VN. Responsible Student of the Year goes to Lakshita Shri. We move on to pre-K now. Nihan Chirag receives the Punctual Student of the Year. Tanish receives the Reflective Student of the Year. Nihan Chirag receives the Best Punctual Student of the Year. Jitesh V receives the Best Communicator Student of the Year. Nivedya Anish receives the Best Inquirer of the Year. Hemanika Balu receives the Best Balanced Student of the Year. Analia Trinity Dominic receives the Best Enthusiastic Student of the Year. Adi Varman receives the Best Caring Student of the Year. The Best Risk Taker of the Year goes to Taraka S. Now we move on to the play group. Pragya receives the Best Inquirer of the Year. We also have JC Matthew Balin receiving the Best Caring Student of the Year along with Advik Daniel. Moving on to the primary and the lower secondary prizes, I call upon Soumya Ravichandran of grade 4 for securing rank 1 in the International English Olympiad worldwide. Ethan Miracle Mark from grade 6 has scored 5 out of 6 in the Cambridge English checkpoint against the international average of 4. Shivatmika Om Prakash of grade 6 has scored 5.2 in English Cambridge checkpoint. Unfortunately, she's on leave today. Shenaz Begum of grade 6 has scored 4.9 out of 3.9 in the biology checkpoint. Ryan Thana Singh has also successfully completed his checkpoint papers. It is to note that in reading, our learners have scored an average of 4.3 against the international average of 3.9. Nilesh Patti Rao has participated and secured 3rd place in the foundational level 1 of SIP Abacus competition. Prithiv Babu of grade 5 has secured 3rd place in the junior category of Ryo Karate. Student Dakshita of grade 4 has secured 2nd prize in the same event. Sakshini of grade 1 has performed a song at the Egambaranadar Temple, Minjur, conducted by Sri Shrutulaya School of Music, and was felicitated with an award of excellence for the same. Moksh Bhaiya of grade 8 was awarded the Emerging Cricketer of the Tournament under 13 category hosted by the Madras Master Cricket Club. He has also been selected for the Tamil Nadu team in the under 14 category recently. He has won a gold medal for actively contributing to the winning team in the Masters Cricket Club Summer Cup tournament. Novinal AP of Grade 1 has successfully passed her Junior 1 and Junior 2 abacus exams conducted by the Central Bureau of Abacus. She has also won the third prize for balance beam conducted by the Chennai District Gymnastic Association Championship 2022-2023. Sadhana Shri of G5 has secured a green belt for karate and Silambam test at Indian Martial Arts Training School. She also received a certificate of appreciation and a memento from Tamil Television for her Bharatanatyam during their Diwali fest. Jaisai Pranav of Grade 2 has secured a green belt from Indian Martial Arts Training School. It is the time for the parents to receive the award. I call upon Mrs. Reba Janita, mother of Mirella Celeste, to receive an award of appreciation for continued parental support and active participation. Dr. Karthika Kalimuthu, parent of Ashikar Raj, also receives an award of appreciation for continued parental support and active participation. Aruna Krishnamurthy, parent of Lakshana Ramanan, is awarded an appreciation for her continued parental support. Mrinalini, parent of Nihan Shira, is requested to come onto the stage to receive her award. Pragya's mother, Mrs. Vidya Gopi, is requested to come onto the stage to receive her support. Hemanika Balu's mother, Mrs. Gajalakshmi, is requested to come onto the stage. Clara Anthony, parent of J.C. Matthew Balaam, is requested to come on to the stage. Mrs. Uma Maheshwari, parent of Adi Varman, is requested to come on to the stage. We thank all our parents for their continued support. I thank Mr. T.K. Arunachalam for your time and patience.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna try. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me, eh, eh. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again, all again.
It was indeed adorable, Tana.
Would you like to see another adorable treat?
We welcome our Prep 1 and Prep K juniors to shine bright on the stage. You know, Tana, I was also like that. I was a tiny, weeny baby. That's how I started my journey at the SSFI.
I think so. They're ready to perform.
You can stop, you can run, you can turn the place upside down. You can stop, you can run, singing la 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 la. You can stop, you can run, you can turn the place upside down. You can stop, you can run, singing la 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 la. It's Friday, everybody hiding. Mama, ready for a party? Ready for the weekend? Everything we can. It's not even the end. Baby, don't stop. You can stop. You can run. You can turn the place upside down. You can stop. You can run. Singing la 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 la. You can stop. You can run. You can turn the place upside down. You can stop. You can run. Singing la 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 la. Let's go. Let's go! Let's go!
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Music is the expression of our emotions, don't you know? I like to express myself with some song. What about you?
Thinking about it, I would like to hear some singing right now.
Well, here I am, joining my school choir for a musical treat.
செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு. கல்வி சிறந்த தமிழ்நாடு உங்கள் கம்பன் பிறந்த தமிழ்நாடு. கல்வி சிறந்த தமிழ்நாடு உங்கள் கம்பன் பிறந்த தமிழ்நாடு. அது பலவிதமான சாத்திரத்தில் பாரிசு வீசும் தமிழ்நாடு. அது பலவிதமான சாத்திரத்தில் பாரிசு வீசும் தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடெனும் போரினிலே இன்பத் தேன் வந்து பாயுது. நாவினிலே எங்கள் தந்தையனாயின பேச்சினிலே எங்கள் தந்தையனாயின பேச்சினிலே ஒரு சக்தி பிறந்தது மூச்சினிலே. செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு. செந்தமிழ்நாடு செந்தமிழ்நாடு எங்கள் செந்தமிழ்நாடு.
Long, long ago, India was a powerful, fertile, and great country, rich in culture and values. Her unique characteristic caught the attention of the world.
While the Dutch, Portuguese, and French colonies were established, her fight for freedom from the British Raj bears significance for the bloodshed and sacrifice of many, as well in which our freedom was won.
These stories and lives have given us our freedom, which we continue to enjoy for 75 years.
While we acknowledge the sacrifice of great people of this nation, here's the independence struggle and the two lives of unsung heroes.
We present to you a theatre presentation by the students of the SSFI school.
Of diverse cultures, traditions, regions, and much more. India showcases diversity in everything and has an exclusive charm and splendor. India is the 7th largest country by its geographical area and is located in South Asia. India is known by two other names, Bharat and Hindustan, and the people of India are known as Indians.
बजने ते धड़क धड़क ढोल ताश धड़क धड़क भंडारा झिड़क झिड़क मल्हारी खड़क धड़क भड़क सली चटक मटक फटक सली दुश्मन की देखो जो फाट लावली अरे बजने ते धड़क धड़क ढोल ताश धड़क धड़क भंडारा झिड़क झिड़क मल्हारी
Being motivated by the successful business stories of the Portuguese, a group of English merchant adventurers, formed a company, the Governor and the Merchants of London trading into the East Indies, popularly known as the British East India Company, was formed on December 31st, 1600. The company received a royal charter from Queen Elizabeth, authorizing the monopoly to trade in any country in the east of Cape of Good Hope in the west of Strait of Magellan for 15 years.
Finally, in 1608, British East India Company reached India at the port of Surat. In 1608 AD, the East India Company sent Captain William Hawkins to the court of the Mughal Empire, Jahangir, to seek permission to open a factory at Surat.
Sent by Emperor James I of England to Jahangir's court to obtain permission to trade and erect factories in different parts of the Mughal Empire. War was very diplomatic and thus successfully secured a royal charter giving the company freedom to trade with the whole of the Mughal territory.
அச்சம் இல்லை இனி அடிமை எண்ணம் இல்லை நம் போச்சு கண்ணீர் மிச்சமில்லையே ஹே அச்சம் அச்சம் இல்லை இனி அன்பே எண்ணம் இல்லை நம் காலம் இங்கே கூடி போச்சு கண்ணீர் மிச்சமில்லையே காலம் மாறி போச்சு நம் கண்ணீர் மாறி போச்சு நாளை நல்ல நாளை என்ற நம்பிக்கை உண்டாச்சு காலம் மாறி போச்சு நம் கண்ணீர் மாறி போச்சு நாளை நல்ல நாளை என்ற நம்பிக்கை உண்டாச்சு
Mohan
बार बार हाँ बोलो यार हाँ अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ कोई हमसे जीत न पावे चले चलो चले चलो मिट जावे जो टकरावे चले चलो भले घोर अंधेरा छावे चले चलो कोई राह में ना थम जावे चले चलो टूट गई जब उंगली मुट्ठी पांचों मिली तो बन गई मुट्ठी हम जग बिछाएंगे अब ये पाएंगे हम लोगों का दर्जा है क्या जो होना है हो जावे चले चलो अब सरना कोई झुकावे चले चलो कोई हमसे जीत न पावे चले चलो मिट जावे जो टकरावे चले चलो बार बार हाँ टूट गई जब बोलो यार हाँ उंगली मुट्ठी अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ बन गई मुट्ठी
from point to point, from city to city, until the whole of India is ablaze. Not with the fire that burns and kills, but the fire that brings plenty of tourism and progress. We hope someday to develop the spirit of self-sacrifice, the spirit of self-reliance, and the spirit of self-determination in the people. And by this means, we hope someday to attain the ideal of Swaraj.
Swaraj is my birthright and I will get it. As long as the freedom is alive, I will not grow old. No one can cut this feeling freedom with a weapon, burn it at fire or drown it in water. I do not wish to lose this privilege of youth. Whatever I am going to speak today is eternally young. We are asking for a self-government and will definitely get. Circumstance has changed. Favorable voice gone further. Now or never. Jai Hind!
Meanwhile, on 10th April 1919, two Nationals leader, Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu and Dr. Satyapal, were arrested in Punjab under the infamous Rowlatt Act on 13th April 1919. People gathered in a small park in Amritsar, which is called the Jallianwala Bagh, to protest against these arrests. The peaceful gathering was attended by men, women, and children. The Jallianwala Bagh could only be exited on one side as its other three sides were enclosed by buildings. General Dyer, a British military officer, stationed a regiment of soldiers at the only entrance of the park, declared the meeting illegal and without warning ordered his soldiers to fire. After blocking the exits with his troops, he ordered them to shoot at the crowd, continuing to fire even as the protesters tried to flee. The troops kept firing, but their ammunition was exhausted. More than 1,500 people were killed, and over 1,200 other people were injured, of whom 192 were seriously injured. The fighting lasted for 10 minutes till all ammunition was exhausted. The massacre was worth calling genocide, and it stunned the whole country.
The government, which attacks its own innocent subjects, has no claim to call a civilized government. Bear in mind, such a government does not serve long. I declare that the blow struck at Israel will be the last nation in the world. Begging or prayer cannot bring freedom. You can win through struggle and sacrifice. The end is to freedom to live. Vande Mataram! Vande Mataram! Vande Mataram! Vande Mataram!
Lala Lajpat Rai died at the age of 63 in an incident that took place in Lahore, where the police brutally attacked him in a rally against the Simon Commission. On 8 April 1929, Bhagat Singh and Bhattacharya Dutt threw a bomb in Central Assembly at Delhi from the visitors' gallery. They also threw pamphlets and raised pro-revolutionary slogans. They avenged Lala Lajpat Rai's death. The revolutionaries did not resist arrest, since they wanted to spread their message of revolution and anti-imperialism and wanted to use the trial as a platform for it.
Your Highness, my client wants to tell you the reasons and motives about why we returned the bomb in the Central Assembly, Delhi.
They have committed such unsinful act that this court is not interested in their reasons and motives.
Your Highness, have you sentenced any prisoners to death till now?
What kind of ridiculous question is that? Of course, I have several times.
If by that decision your motive is ignored, then I see no difference between you and the criminal. One should know the motive behind the crime before one can give judgment. So may I proceed, Your Honor?
You may.
We know the process of making explosives, and that's why we also know the consequences. We threw it far away because we value people's lives and respect them. Our motive was not to harm anybody, Your Honor. Our motive was just to be heard. If the deaf have to hear, then the sound has to be extremely loud. This act of ours was just to let the Britishers know that the time in India has come to an end. This was also a warning to the people in the assembly who have been ruling over us and making us their slaves. If we bring up large sums of people in front of them, they will at least acknowledge the bills that they've passed in the assembly.
They are accused to say that the whole human life there has been proved that the bombs had flown with clear intention of causing death. Therefore, they pass the severe punishment of transportation for life for the accused.
But they cannot kill my ideas. They can they may crush my body into pieces, but they cannot crush my spirit. Even when we are dead, we'll have patriotism left in us. Even my corpse will emit the fragrance of my motherland. Do you have any last words? We want to hug each other for the last time.
The trio hugged each other for the last time with a smile on their faces.
வெள்ளை பூக்கள் உலகம் எங்கும் மலரவே விடியும் பூமி அமைதிக்காக விடிகவே மண்மேல் மஞ்சள் வெளிச்சம் விழுகவே மலரே சோம்பல் முறித்து இழுகவே குழந்தை விழி கட்டுமே தாயின் கதகதப்பில் உலகம் விடியட்டுமே பிள்ளையின் சிறு முதல் சிரிப்பு வெள்ளை பூக்கள் உலகம் எங்கும் மலரவே மலரவே விடியும் பூமி அமைதிக்காக விடியவே மண்ணில் மஞ்சள் வெளிச்சம் விழுகவே மலரே சோம்பல் முறித்து எழுகவே வெள்ளை பூக்கள் உலகம் எங்கும் மலரவே
Valliyappan Ullan Chidambaram. At times, people call me Kappalottiya Tamilan or Tamil Hellsman. I'm not only an Indian freedom fighter, but also a prominent leader. In the 90s, I was not only an Indian freedom fighter, but also a prominent lawyer and a leader in the Indian National Congress. I mobilized the workers of the coral mill, thereby expanding the social base of the Swadeshi movement. This led a conflict with the British Raj. In 1906, I established the Swadeshi Steam Navigation Company, which completed the monopoly with the British Raj Steam Navigation Company. I established the first shipping service between Tuticorin and Colombo, one of the major ports in India. Tuticorin Port Trust was named after me, but I was charged sedition by the British colonial government and was sentenced to life imprisonment.
I am Kumarasamy Mudaliar, also known as Tirupur Kumaran or Kodikathu Kumaran. I am a native Chennai Malay, which is presently Erode, Tamil Nadu in a weaver family. I am the founder of Desabandhu Youth Association. I am an Indian revolutionary, a freedom fighter who participated in the Indian independence movement. The protest had people carrying out the Indian national flag, which was banned at the time. I was the one who was holding the Indian national flag at Tirupur. The British started lathi charges against the protest, but I didn't leave the premises. The British cops went down hard. I was caught in the beatings and was holding the Indian national flag till the end. That's why I got my name as Kodikathu Kumaran.
I am Sardar Vallabhai Patel from Gujarat. I play a very important role in making India free from the British government. I led two tax campaigns for farmers in 1918. Every year, people celebrate 31st October as the National Unity Day. I got the Bharat Ratna Award, and you can see my tallest statue called the Statue of Unity in Gujarat.
I am Sarojini Naidu. I am well known as the Nightingale of India. I am from Hyderabad. I am a poet, a politician and an activist. I am the first Indian woman to be president of the Indian National Congress. I contributed greatly to women's rights, political stability and anti-imperialism. My birthday is celebrated as National Women's Day in India. I joined the freedom movement in the wake of the partition of Bengal. I traveled to different parts of India to make people aware of nationalism and social welfare by delivering speeches. As long as I have life, as long as blood flows through this arm of mine, I shall not leave the cause of freedom.
I am Subhash Chandra Bose. You also know me as Tiger of Bengal and as Netaji. I am remembered for my active and aggressive role in the Indian freedom struggle. I formed the Indian National Army and named it Azad Hind Force to fight against the British. I wrote the book, The Indian Struggle, and I also started the newspaper called Swaraj. I also had my own radio service named Azad Hind Radio, which made a major impact on the freedom struggle. As the president of the Indian National Congress, I'll tell you one thing. Freedom is not given, it is taken. We should have one desire, the desire to die, so that India might live. It is our duty to pay for our own liberty with our own blood. It is blood alone that can pay the price of freedom. Give me your blood and I'll give you freedom. Jai Hind!
The Quit India movement started in 1942, was led by Mahatma Gandhi. The main goal of the Quit India movement was complete independence from the British government and their rigid policies in India. Gandhiji gave the slogan "Do or Die" in his speech at the Gowalia Tank Maidan, which is now popularly known as August Kranti Maidan. Total independence is the top agenda of the Quit India movement.
years ago, we made a tryst with destiny. Now the time has come when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will wake to life and freedom. A moment comes, it comes but rarely in history, and we step out to the old to a new, and an age ends. The soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance. All of us, to whatever religion we may belong, are equally children of India with equal rights, privileges and obligations. Jai Hind!
आजा आजा जिंद शामी आने के तले है, आजा जरी वाले नीले आसमाने के तले है। आजा आजा जिंद शामी आने के तले है, आजा जरी वाले नीले आसमाने के तले है। सच्ची मैंने जान गवाई है, नच नच कोयलों पे रात बिताई है। अखियों की नींद मैंने फूकों से उड़ा दी, गिन गिन तारे मैंने उंगली जलाई है। आजा आजा जिंदे शामी आने के तले, आजा सारी वाले नीले आसमान के तले।
बार बार हाँ बोलो यार हाँ, अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ, कोई हमसे जीत न पावे। चले चलो चले चलो, मिट जावे जो टकरावे। चले चलो भले घोर अंधेरा छावे। चले चलो चले चलो, कोई राह में ना थम जावे। चले चलो टूट गई जब उंगली मुट्ठी, पांचों मिली तो बन गई मुट्ठी। जग पे छाएंगे, अब ये बताएंगे हम लोगों का दर्जा क्या हो। जो होना है हो जाए, चले चलो चले चलो, अब सरना कोई झुकावे, चले चलो कोई हमसे जीत न पावे, चले चलो चले चलो, मिट जावे जो टकरावे, चले चलो बार बार हाँ टूट गई चाल, बोलो यार हाँ उंगली उठी, अपनी जीत हो उनकी हार हाँ बन गई मुट्ठी।
Point to point, from city to city, until the whole of India is ablaze. Not with the fire that kills, but the fire that brings plenty of heroism and progress. We hope someday to develop the spirit of self-sacrifice, the spirit of self-reliance, and the spirit of self-determination in the people. And by this means, we hope someday to attain the ideal of Swaraj.
Swaraj is my birthright and I will get it. As long as the freedom is alive, I will not grow old. No one can cut this feeling freedom with a weapon, burn it at fire or drown it in water. I do not wish to lose this privilege of youth. Whatever I am going to speak today is eternal young. We are asking for a self-government and will definitely get. Circumstance has changed, favorable voice gone further. Now or never. Jai Hind!
Ninth Annual Day celebrations of the SSFI School, I'm deeply humbled to present the vote of thanks at this momentous occasion. In the words of Mother Teresa, children are like kites. You will teach them to fly, but they will not take your flight path. You will teach them to dream, but they will not dream your dream. You will teach them to live, but they will not live your life. Yet, in every flight, in every dream, and in every life, the mark of the teachings that have been received will always remain. We at SSFI remain committed to excellence and nothing less. The annual report was a small testament to that. On that note, I would thank God Almighty for His grace and favor upon our institution, particularly today. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the distinguished chief guest, Mr. T.K. Arunachalam, Regional Director, South Asia, Cambridge University Press and Assessment. Thank you, sir, for spending your most valuable time with us and for encouraging us with your speech. Your advice will remain etched. We thank you for being so appreciative of our journey. I sincerely thank our chairperson, beloved auntie, for being the extraordinary source of strength and courage to all of us at SSFI and for gracing this occasion with her presence. Despite her challenge, we thank you for the speech that was so inspiring, and I'm sure that we have a lot to take from it. Your energy and positiveness is unmatched, ma'am. I thank the trustees of the Velankani Trust. I thank Dr. Bharani, sir, for your valuable presence with us this evening. Heads, members of sister institutions, special invitees, members from media and press, thank you for choosing to spend the evening with us. Special note of thanks to Mr. Shravant from Matrix Performing Arts for directing and training our children for the play on Indian independence, for putting together the lighting, the audio arrangement, and the set for this evening. Thank you, sir, for your tireless efforts. I acknowledge with grateful thanks the trainers, Mr. Raj and Mr. Prashant from Matrix Performing Art, for training the pre-primary learners for the mime. The message was definitely moving, and I'm sure that those little stars have a great future ahead. I thank our director who envisioned this happy thinking school for children, and most importantly, for precisely planning every minute aspect of this evening. Your dedication, and more importantly, the way you work at Ground Zero, leaves us inspired, ma'am. I thank the coordinators, Ms. Anuradha and Ms. Aisha, the pillars of SSFI, and not forgetting our beloved teachers who have all worked tirelessly to make this evening a grand success. We cannot spell success without you, Thank you, dear parents, for being the great people that you are, for your support, for your trust and confidence in SSFI. I am sure the learners had you on the edge of your seats, and the journey just gets better from here. I would be failing if I forget to thank the little superstars of this evening. Dear learners, I must admit, every one of you were amazing. You never fail to inspire us and amaze us every single day. You made this evening splendid, and can we all give them a big round of applause, please? Can we match their energy? I thank the dance master, Mr. D'Souza, for choreographing all those wonderful dance performances this evening. I thank the music faculty, Ms. Priyadarshini, Mr. James, and Ms. Gifta for their support towards the choir performance.
तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।